Hello, people on the internet.
Hello people on the internet. In this video, you will see me doing a scout study from start to finish using the 3 layers approach. For this little study, I'm using a 12 by 12 inch wood panel. I picked this unprimed wooden panel because I want to prime it with clear gesso myself to preserve its texture. I feel a skull fits nicely on wooden texture, as they are both created by Mother Nature and both easily degradable. Now I think of it, wood is always with us. You live under a wooden shelter, you're probably sitting on a wooden chair, or you are still laying on a wooden framed bed, and when people die, they will be cremated inside a wooden coffin. In most cultures and people's lives, wood as a material literally carries people from birth to death. So, wooden panel is a very fitting ground for this skull painting, I think. Thank you, wood. Thank you, tree. Okay, sorry about the rambling. Now we have the pencil sketch ready and the painting surface prepared. Let's move on to painting. First layer. I like to have my first layer very thin. You can use paint thinner, but I try to avoid mediums when I'm painting at home. Mediums, especially paint thinner, makes me feel dizzy. Therefore, instead of having smooth and gliding brush strokes, I'm kind of dry brushing it, scumbling it. Way less satisfying, but health is kind of important too. The reason I want to paint first layer thin is, firstly, it's faster to dry. Secondly, this stage to me is still considered as constructing, marking and elaborating shapes. Maybe we can distinguish more edge qualities to soft and hard edges. In short, nothing is permanent yet. Things are still vague and general. Have this layer thin is easier for us to build thicker paint on top, even before it's dry. Third reason, I'm also using the natural color of wood as a lighter halftone. So having my layer thin, thus somewhat transparent, makes a nice and unified look for shadow colors. I use slightly more paint, filling light areas, so it's bright and opaque. It's a good idea to have light area thicker than shadow areas. It makes the light areas jump forward, which is a desirable effect. But they are all relatively thin. As I said, this is all first layer. Another good idea is to have all the edges relatively soft, because when the paint is dry, in this case, when we start working on our second layer, it's easier to make a soft edge into a hard edge than vice versa. This is what I got for the first layer, no detail or texture, but mapped out shadow shapes and general colors. So we have a more accurate ground surrounding to help us to make better judgments for our second layer, where we will spend the most time for a painting. Welcome to the second stage. Thank you and congratulations if you finished first layer without skipping. So at this stage, I'm really digging in, looking at all the subtle and incremental transitions on surfaces, analyzing deeper on how local colors react with the environment it's in, how direct light and different reflected light can have effects on hue and chroma. Further define all the transitions, especially where the light and shadow meets, aka the bedbug line. Yet, it's very important to pay attention to the hierarchy of lightness and darkness, so don't get lost into defining each small areas. Remember to always step back and check the overall value relations. That was second layer. I tend to get more work done on second layer, and third layer is just minor adjustments for me. Third layer. A couple days later, paint surface is touch dry. I brushed in a thin layer of oil to bring out the colors again. The adjustments I'm going to make now are quite subtle, so I need the dried layer to shine like new paint I'm going to apply to avoid possible misjudgments on colors. The other reason is the work left to be done now is mainly glazing, so I have oil evenly spread on surface already. It's also practical. And that's it for this little study. I was able to apply some theories I learned over the years again, train my eyes on color judgments, retain my handling of brushworks, etc. Hope it's informative to you. Leave a like if it did. I will see you in the next video. Bye.